Hello, it is time. It's been a little while. As I mentioned in another video, I've been waiting for some peripherals to arrive before we continue doing these post-Dreamcast ports videos. And today is going to be the final Gamecube installment of the series. I have the last two games that I know of, or that are easy to get hold of Dreamcast games that came out on the Gamecube. And one of them requires something a little bit special. Well, it doesn't require it, but honestly, to get the most out of it, I recommend it for reasons that we will get into. So, we already have the game in the drive. Let me just start the game. Yes, I would like to play in 60Hz mode. So this is a game that
all records are made to be broken.
Came to arcades on the Naomi hardware, which was essentially the arcade version of the Dreamcast hardware, and then got ported to the Dreamcast to Japan only. It did not come west until the PS2 and Gamecube ports came out. Also, I believe the original Xbox, I want to say.
Capcom.
Yeah, I believe this came to all the main consoles.
The
Dreamcast version was Japan only.
You'll experience the most exciting battle in history. Let's get ready to battle. Feel the intensity when power and technique collide. Crush the competition. A battle beyond your imagination. Let the martial arts madness begin. 2001 is the year we make contact. Welcome to the revolution. Capcom versus SNK2.
So yeah, Capcom vs SNK2. You can see there the copyright.
Capcom versus SNK2.
The original copyright is 2001. I believe that's when the arcade version and the Dreamcast port came out.
Keep rocking,
and the PS2, Gamecube and Xbox versions came out in 2002. So I'm going to first start off by saying this. I really enjoy Capcom fighting games. However, I am not the greatest player of Capcom fighting games. It's essentially the same disclaimer I had at the start of the Ikaruga section in the one of the previous videos. This is a game I really enjoy. However, it is not necessarily a game I am very good at. So if you're expecting pro-level gameplay here, you have come to the wrong place. I want you to understand that going in, okay? Especially considering certain reasons we'll get into as well. So, let's do some training first.
What an incredible cast of warriors has gathered here. However, only one team shall be crowned the champion of the Millionaire Fighting 2001.
A bunch of different control setups you've got there.
The champion team will need more than luck to win this tournament. They will have to demonstrate a keen mind and steady nerves in order to defeat the competition. I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
So let's
Next location is
let's talk.
Ready? Fight!
So, when you think of control methods for 2D fighting games in general, what do you normally think of? You think of arcade sticks. You think of simplified control pads with large D-pads and either 4 face buttons and 2 shoulders or 6 face buttons. Is typically considered the best way to handle these games. If you don't have an arcade stick, a basic, like something resembling like a Super Nintendo or like a 6-button Mega Drive or Sega Saturn pad is usually a good, backup. And Capcom themselves know that, because multiple times Capcom have either put out themselves or licensed companies to put out controllers that have a very similar layout to the classic Sega Saturn controller. So, big old D-pad on the left-hand side, 6 face buttons. That is how Capcom likes its games to be controlled. Now, the Gamecube controller, in this specific instance here, for a game like this, it's a fucking nightmare. Let's talk about it, shall we? So, let's talk about the face buttons. The face buttons, they are not a uniform size, they are not a uniform shape, and they are not in the standard diamond formation that you see on every single other main console controller of the last 15 to 20 years. They're kind of all over the fucking place. Okay, point 1. Now let's talk about the D-pad. The D-pad on the GameCube is good for menus only. If you want to use it for gameplay, good fucking luck. That thing is tiny. That thing, I can cover the entire thing with just my thumb. It's just the tip of my thumb on that D-pad and it's entirely covered. It is a borderline worthless D-pad on the GameCube controller. It is for menu navigation only, as far as I'm concerned. Point 2. Now, point 3. Let's talk about the analog sticks. For a long time, Nintendo had this obsession with putting octagonal gates around their analog sticks, which is fine for the majority of games. Octagonal gates, which are basically the hole in which the analog stick pokes through on the controller, is the gate. An octagonal gate is exactly what it sounds like. It's an octagon-shaped hole. So it's got notches in the all 8 directions, basically. You know, up, down, left, right, and the 4 diagonals. For the vast majority of games, that's fine, that's whatever. Games like this, octagonal gates are your enemy. What I'm trying to say is, the GameCube controller is the worst possible control method you could possibly have for a game like this, for a 2D fighting game. Like a Capcom or SNK style fighting game. It is borderline unworkable. So, we're not going to be using the GameCube controller. I have in my possession one of these. This is a controller adapter. On one side is a plug that plugs into your GameCube and or Wii, and on the other side is an input for a PlayStation accessory. Now, there were not many accessories released for the GameCube that would be a good fit for a game like this, or at least none that are easy to obtain or affordable. However, for the PlayStation 2, there are dozens of accessories. dozens of different types of controller, dozens of different fight sticks that were released over the years for the PlayStation 2. There is a plethora of options, a lot of them very good and quite affordable. But you know what? I think we're going to stick with something that's perfectly okay. We're going to play this GameCube game with a DualShock because it is much more preferable to play this game with a DualShock than it is with a GameCube controller. So let me just plug this in. Alright, it is in. I have control. I am using the DualShock to control. Alright. So the DualShock has a much better D-pad. The DualShock has much better face buttons, at least for a game like this. Okay. Alright. This game is playable now.
Capcom versus SNK2.
I'm not hating on the GameCube controller. I'm just saying that for a game like this,
Check it out.
it is the worst possible option. Capcom, or was it SNK who made this? I think it was, no, this is a Capcom release. Capcom even put an extra control scheme into this game for people trying to use the GameCube controller. Let's do single matches, arcade mode.
This is the first dream
So,
event of
default
the 21st
mode.
century. If you choose the wrong groove, you may just lose. The winner of this
So,
tournament
see GC-ism and
is the
AC-ism.
strongest team in the world.
AC-ism is standard arcade-style controls. GC-ism is a control scheme designed specifically for people trying to use the GameCube controller. But they had to come up with an entirely new control scheme for poor motherfuckers stuck with the GameCube controller. Okay, where is she? No. Where is she? I can't find her. Oh, there she is.
You can keep rocking, baby. Next location is Aomori.
I used to have this game for the Xbox, and while the Xbox controller isn't as good as the PS2 DualShock, it is nowhere near as bad as a GameCube controller. Shit. Suck it. Whoa, that was bad. I like Sakura. She is incredibly aggressive. She's difficult to handle when she's up in your face. She's a close range.
Some may say that it was luck that helped this team to advance. That doesn't matter to me, because the bottom line is that this team won. They just better keep...
Oh, I love the announcer in this game. He's so terrible. It's so obviously a Japanese person who barely understands English just reading his lines phonetically. It's brilliant. I want to say the Dreamcast version of this game had online play.
Live and let die. Fight! Wow, they came out with a sneaky surprise attack at the start of the round.
Alright. I've noticed this game is this game has a strange combination of classic King of Fighters sprites, Street Fighter Alpha sprites, and all new sprites drawn just for this game. For example, Ryu's sprite is brand new, drawn for this game, whereas for Sakura here, they're just recycling the old Street Fighter Alpha sprites, which is fine. The Street Fighter Alpha sprites are pretty good. They hold up. Not so sure about Yuri's sprite. That might be a recycled King of Fighters sprite. It might be all new. I don't know how much work Capcom actually did for this. Oh, God, nice. Oh, shit. I was trying to finish her off with a super, but oh well. Can't get everything. There's a character from Plasma Sword hanging out back there in the background.
That doesn't matter to me, because the bottom line is that this team won.
This is meant to be like a team-based fighting game, but I prefer doing singles. I've never been that into team games. Oh, this one's great. This one's great. You're in the middle of a desert and there's cars jumping over you. There's characters from Power Stone in the background. If you look on this Jeep to the left here, you can see, yeah, there he is. The guy in the red, he's a character from Power Stone. Yeah. Sakura's fireball seems to have been completely nerfed for this. Got him. Suck it.
This battle is about to explode. Fight!
If I hit both lights, I do a forward roll, which is, I think, is a new addition to this game. That was a waste. Just finish him off. Nothing flashy, just get him out of there.
Hey, who allowed them to join this tournament? They're way too strong to compete. I mean, what's up with that? Someone is going to have to take that team down.
I mean, what is up with that? This announcer is terrible, but in the best way.
Live and let die. Fight!
Ooh, hello. Yeah, they completely nerfed Sakura's fireball for this. It's got hardly any range at all. It's definitely become like a point-blank range thing.
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight! Came out with a sneaky surprise attack at the start of the round.
Okay. Yeah, Dalzim is a very... Got him. Suck it, Dalzim. I really think the backgrounds in this game look really good.
Wait a second. A new opponent has interrupted the tournament.
Oh, who is this? Boss character.
Next location is Shinderdike.
I really think the backgrounds in this game look really good. They're a combination of 3D and 2D, and they just look very good.
You cannot escape from death.
Like those windmills back there.
About to explode.
The windmill itself is a 2D sprite, but the blades spinning round are polygonal, and it looks really good. Oh man, it's geese. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ! It's like a oh fuck! Suck it, geese. The AI just doesn't seem to know what to do when you trap it in a corner in this game. Where are your funky moves now, geese? Oh fuck. Ha. Close though, nearly lost a round.
This is the final. This is where the men are separated from the boys, and the strongest of all will be decided. Are you ready to witness history in the making? Let's get it on. This is what the world is watching. Get ready. Bring it on.
I love that SNK style portrait of Zangief.
Live and let die. Fight! Wow, they came out with deep in the front of that.
Okay. Ow.
This is gonna be a match to remember.
Here we go. Oh, that was dumb. Went straight into that. Oh. Okay. Suck it. Okay. Alright, that's it, right? That's the end of the arcade mode.
The Millionaire Fighting 2001 tournament has come to an end. We must all praise the champion team. You have to smile for them.
Oh.
Next location is Osaka.
Alright. We'll finish off this arcade mode and then we'll move on.
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight!
Ooh. Ah, he's got me. Rugal is actually hard, so I will give him this. This is probably... I might not win this.
This battle is about to explode. Fight!
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Fuck. Fucking hell! Yikes! Yikes! That's a lot to deal with. Alright.
Just look at the expressions on their faces. You can see the intensity in their eyes. What power! It's not too late. Are you giving up already? Keep rocking, baby.
Let's try again. Let's try one more time, and if we don't beat him, whatever. Rugal is actually hard.
Next one.
I think I've only ever beaten him once, so...
This is gonna be a match to remember. Fight!
Oh! Ah! Fucking hell! Well, no.
This battle is about to explode. Fight!
Oh, fuck that up. Wasted that. Come on. No, not good. Oh, look how close that was. Fuck. No. Nah, he wins. I'm okay with that.
Just look at the expressions on their faces. You can see the intensity in their eyes. What power! Who can stop these devastating warriors? It's not too late. Are you giving up already?
Yeah, I think it's time to give up. Yeah, this game's fun. I like this game a lot. I liked it a lot when I had it on the Xbox. The GameCube version is fine from a performance standpoint, but maybe find an alternative way of playing it that doesn't involve the GameCube controller. Maybe.
You have earned your place in history. Inscribe your glorious name here. I know that you'll be back.
A lot of style. This game's got a lot of style.
All records are made to be broken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Dreamcast release had online play. The GameCube version obviously doesn't. I don't think the PS2 does. I can't remember if the Xbox version had an option. Maybe the Xbox version had online play? Difficult to remember. But yeah, this is a really good fighting game. Early 2000s fighting game.
This is the tournament for the new millennium.
Anyway, that is enough of that. let's move on to the next game, shall we? Let's turn that off. Open up the next box, the final box. Pop that in. Also, I'm going to unplug the Gamecube to PS2 converter. I'm going to plug the Gamecube controller back in because, unlike the previous game, this game controls just fine with the Gamecube controller. Okay, that's better. Everything's fine now. Whoop. Alright. This next and final game is an RPG that I had on the Dreamcast. Never finished it on the Dreamcast. And then when they released it on the GameCube, I bought it. So this is my original copy. I bought this the week it came out. And I got much further than I did in the original Dreamcast release, but I still never finished it. It's a shame, 'cause it's a really good game. Yeah, this is Skies of Arcadia, which is a cool game. One that I wish Sega would follow up on, but don't think they ever will. Skies of Arcadia 2 does not seem like it's going to be a very likely thing ever. So I've got a save here from near the end of the game. This is how far I got. I got to the final dungeon. But it is such a nightmare getting through this dungeon. I even tried to cheat my way through. I got to this dungeon and it is such a grind fest that I even basically used a cheat disc to okay, what if I just ruin my save with a cheat disc? This is years ago, by the way. This save is well over 10 years old. This save is about 15 years old at this point, and yeah. I went back into it yesterday, and I have no fucking clue, so... Yeah, that final dungeon was a nightmare. It's just like a maze, and Skies of Arcadia has great style, but it has one thing about it that is not great. And that's the random battles. Now, this version of the game is improved over the Dreamcast version. The Dreamcast version had, like, the random battles were extremely common. Like, you couldn't go 5 steps without a random battle, and you got a pitiful amount of experience at the end of each one. It was an incredibly grindy game. Like really, really grindy. So, and I want to say there was changes made to that formula for the GameCube re-release, where they actually slightly decreased the encounter rate and increased the amount of experience you get. Like, they rebalanced it, but still, it is really grindy still. Basically just ripping off the start of Star Wars right here. This is literally the first 5 minutes of A New Hope. Well, mostly. What is the purpose of his eye patch? It doesn't do anything. It's literally just a little clear plastic cup he puts over his eye for style. Ugh. Alright, here we go. Battle system. This game has fairly basic, easy to understand battle system. So, okay. You got retreat, items, guard, which is self-explanatory, attack, S move. Now you see that big bar at the top of the screen there? What you can do, that bar at the top is shared over your entire party. So a special move will deplete that bar. But right now we don't have enough. We don't know any magic at the moment either. So what you can do, you can charge that special bar at the top of the screen by focusing. However, focusing will mean your character will not do anything for that round, and also will leave you vulnerable to attack, because you won't be guarding either. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attack with Vise here and have Arcadia focus. Can we Cutlass Fury? No, we need 7 points for Cutlass Fury. Okay, so we're going to keep attacking. And we're going to keep having Ica focus. Alright, we gain, I think, a couple, 1 or 2 S points between rounds as well, so you do get a drip feed of extra points, it seems. So Cutlass Fury is your most basic special attack. You get quite a few others later in the game. Here we go. That's the battle system. Easy to understand.
We did it!
It gets very tiresome as you go through the game. It is a very slow-paced battle system, and there aren't many ways for you to speed it up, let's say.
Let's go!
The development team who made this game went on to make the oh god, what's that game for the PlayStation 3? That turn-based strategy game that's like fake World War II. Valkia Chronicles? Is that it? I want to say a lot of the people who worked on this worked on Valkia Chronicles, and the main characters of Scars of Arcadia actually make a cameo appearance in that game. Of course, they're not the same Vise and Ica. They're a different Vise and Ica who happen to look very similar to the Vise and Ica from this game, but still, it's cool to see that, you know, someone remembers this game. I wonder if they ever will revisit this franchise, if there ever will be a Skies of Arcadia 2, or another, or like a spin-off game. I'd like to see one.
dispose of them?
Just buttoning through it. Whoa. Okay, yeah, you can back out and change a character's move. That's good. Item. Let's have her heal.
Let's try this.
Are they all just going to go for her? They are, aren't they? Oh no. Okay, they are spreading out a bit. Icon doesn't know any magic either. Doesn't have any special moves at the moment either. Okay, she starts with very little. Why not?
Cutlass Fury!
That wasn't so bad.
While I think this is quite a good-looking Dreamcast game. You can still notice when you look at it, it looks very. It looks like a Dreamcast game, especially the environments, big old boxy environments. You know, trying to use as few polygons as possible. Although I will say the texture work in this game is quite good for the Dreamcast. It avoids that muddy look by having one massive texture covering a single surface. By dividing the textures up into little plausible chunks. That way you can keep the textures small and prevent them from looking all too wide and stretched out and low detail. Because a lot of old Dreamcast games had that problem where everything just looks super fucking muddy. But yeah, they managed to keep the textures looking fairly sharp in this game. Ooh, and it's ambush. We started attacking these guys from behind. Ah.
Take this.
Okay.
That was easy.
Alright, so we've learnt magic spells. I think... yeah, up here. Right, stick. Let's have a look around. There's a chest over there. And go this way. Let's go over here and get this chest. Ooh. Another fight. How many soldiers this time? Okay, 3. 2 with swords, 1 with a baton. Okay. Ooh, miss. Yeah, man. The battle system in this game, it needs like a turbo button or something. It needs you, like, hit a button and it will just automatically play out at high speed or something, because when you're something like 50 hours into this game, man, you wish the battles moved faster. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's another problem, I guess. So you've got the frequency of the random encounters, the low amount of experience you get from the random encounters, and then just the encounters themselves taking a very long time to play out. Yeah.
That was easy.
Okay. 1 experience. Hooray. Another Saku crystal. Fantastic. Magic droplets. Oh, that's right, we've got magic spells now. We can, save slot. Yeah, why not? Alright, so we've got to go around the outside of the ship. Also, this ship was not that big. It was not this big in the cutscene. I feel like this game messes with, like, scale a little bit. Like, it can't seem to, like, make its mind up how big something is. Like, this ship was big, but it wasn't this big. Come on now. This guy is Huge dickhead. He sucks. He's awful. First boss, here we go. Alright, here we go. Oh boy. Right.
Here goes.
I want to say this first boss uses lightning magic. Yeah, here we go. Ooh. Okay. That was bad. I meant to heal her. I didn't want to. Oh dear. Oh no, MP up. No, that's not what I meant to do. Uh-oh. Item. Crystal. This guy. Item. Crystal.
Let's try this.
You heal yourself.
Here goes.
Well, those are the only two of those we had, so yikes. But alright, we've got we'll be fine. We just need to be careful. Assess damage. He's not doing anything right now, so let's do a focus round. Oh man, he really going for Ica here. Fury, God. We'll be fine. He's over halfway dead now. He's fine. We can do this. It's just a case of time. Counterattacks, eh?
Moves, give me strength.
Miss. Suck it. Right, let's do a focus round. Okay, this is not quite as devastating as it was last time because we're not next to each other. Okay, not a problem. Oh, this guy's down. This guy's dead. Alright, finish this guy off with a Cutlass Fury and we're out of here. And first boss is dead.
Is it over already?
All right. I think in terms of like improvements, like not just systems wise, but like graphical improvements, I think this game didn't receive much. I want to say there's some slight enhancement, like detail improvements here and there, like there's a few extra effects in certain spots, but I want to say this game is like 99% like visually the same as it was on the Dreamcast. I think there's some extra side quests that were added. There's like a whole extra side quest path that was added for this version of the game. Alright. That's right, yes, there is like a dating sim aspect to this game. At certain points you will be you choose certain options in response, and depending on whether you choose a good response, a normal response, or a bad response, it can raise or lower your relationship with that character, which can affect you in battle situations. Yeah, sure. You know, like pirates. Alright. Let's have a look around. What is here? Not a lot. What's in this room? Not a lot. Vice captain. Don't they mean the first mate? Isn't that technically what they mean? I don't think I've ever heard anyone referred to as a vice captain. I think they mean first mate. Or first officer. Alright, yeah, so there's the ship stuff. So you've got altitude, controlled using the shoulder buttons. Which is pretty cool. The map. Yes, it's got the world map. Of course, this is the start of the game, so you have barely any of it explored at the moment, so... the moment we lack the ability to sail through these strong winds. But later in the game you get access to more powerful ships that can just sail straight through those.
Here goes!
Oh wow, okay. This thing is a nightmare. Let's try magic.
Moons, give me strength.
Here goes!
Oh shit. Oh god damn. Magic.
Moons, give me strength!
Is that it? Yeah, he's dead. Okay, sweet. Okay.
That was easy.
Weirdly hard, actually, considering we just fought groups of armed men, but alright. Another magic spell learnt. So we want to head south. There we go. Knew there was something here. Pirate's Grave. Here's D. While exploring the world map in your ship, if at some point you see the compass start spinning, you can press the A button to examine your surroundings, and you usually find secrets, which then you can cash in. Yeah, see? Full-on skyfish. No? Okay. Thought maybe that would be a discovery as well, but I guess not. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Get rid of this guy. I think these Ghastlings use magic. Okay, that was easy.
Take this!
was easy.
Alright. Let's just keep going.
Hey,
There's never really a good explanation as to why a bunch of shit that really shouldn't be floating is floating. The closest they come to explaining it is magic and moon rocks. Because apparently moon rocks in this universe are magical, and also apparently they float. They have the ability to defy the laws of physics, so that's why you have just a bunch of weird floating islands in the sky. Also ships. Alright, home base. Alright. Won't play this for too much longer because it's, you know, it's watching somebody play an RPG gets a little bit dull after a while, so we'll get up to the office. See what that is, and then we'll decide whether or not to stop there. Okay. God, he has the slowest ladder climbing animation. Okay. Was it this? It was this one, wasn't it? It was this building. Or was it the other one? I don't remember. No, it's the next one. Here we go. We came straight here, you bossy bastard. I chose the good option. Yikes.
Huh?
Okay. Wow, he's a really understanding person. Okay, huh. Normal people might be a little bit more suspicious than this guy, but okay.
Yay!
Alright, have a quick look upstairs and then we'll call that a video. Right, is there anything to do here? Is that kind of everything? Might be kind of everything. Let's climb this ridiculously tall ladder. Okay. Oh, chest. Let's go all the way back down again. Why the hell not? This is kind of dangerous. Like, a ladder this high, like, you slip and fall on this thing, you're dead. What's up here? Oh, first person. Oh, just floating barrels, you know. Another chest. What's in here? Oh, a cutscene. That's what's in here. It looks exactly the same. Your hair looks identical. Oh great, that island that we climbed, now we've got to go back again. Sure, why not? And we'll end this video on that. There. Okay, let's save first. Whoop. Ugh. This like million-mile long ladder. Again, if I was to slip and fall, I'd be dead. This seems like a really dangerous thing to have, you know, without better safety precautions. Especially since there seem to be, like, young kids around. There's a little sparkly thing up there, but I don't think you can do anything with that at the moment. I think you have to wait until a certain ability gets unlocked later on in the game. I think that is a collectible, that little sparkly. Sooner than you think.
Huh?
First person view through Vize's eye. Apparently. Okay, fine. So I guess the dumb eye patch thing doubles as like a telescope. Sure, whatever. I guess it has a function. It's not just for fashion. Yeah. Alright, and I think that'll do it. It's a good place to leave off. Yeah, this game's really cool. It's got problems. Like, the battle system is really a little bit sluggish, and the encounter rate is a little bit high, and the game itself is a little bit grindy, but stylistically, this game is cool, and I wish Sega would do more with this property than just let it rot, which is what they have been doing. Anyway. Oh, okay, cutscene's still going. Yeah, and apart from, I think there's like a couple of other games for the Gamecube ported from the Dreamcast that I haven't looked at, but that's because one of them is, I believe, was only released in America, the GameCube port that is. That's Evolution. There's like another JRPG called Evolution that came out for the Dreamcast and then was ported to the GameCube, but the GameCube port only came out in the US. And anyway, that game's shit. I had that game for the Dreamcast, and it was shit then, and I doubt that the GameCube port would have done anything major to improve it, so if you really want to know, look up Evolution World of Sacred Device on YouTube, and that is just like it just looks like an extremely low budget Chinese developed Grandia clone that is nowhere near as good as Grandia. Alright, anyway, that's that. This has been Skies of Arcadia Legends, and this is also it for the GameCube. We're going to take a brief break where I'm going to do a few more videos of my Oblivion playthrough, and then we'll be back with the Wii and then the PS2, so look out for that. Okay. Thank you very much. I am the Real Blue Dragon, and goodbye.